We finna try this. I had to turn some of them damn lights off. It was too much. And this shit here, I heard y'all, and I'm trying. This is gonna be Queen Sugar, season 1, episode 1. First things first. Y'all, I really like this show, and I'm gonna give it a chance because not only is it shot down in my hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana, it also, some things I can identify with it. Okay, like I said, it takes place in my home state, hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana, and the story is surrounding this family by the name of Borderline. The patriarch of this family is brother Ernest. That's the grandpa. Grandpa got 3 kids. There's Nova, there's Charley, and there's Ralph Angel. Nova is a journalist, herbalist, and an activist. Charley is the wife and manager of a NBA player. Ralph Angel, he is the trouble kid of the family. He's the one that's been incarcerated, and if you ask me, he's looking for redemption. He also has this beautiful little son by the name of Blue. We also have supporting cast Aunt Violet and her boyfriend Hollywood, okay? And Blue's mother, Darla. We'll get into it, but those are going to be the people that I'm going to be surrounding. This cast is really comprised of, and this is who the storyline is surrounding, okay? Now, Daddy Borderline has a sugarcane field, plantation. I think they say 800 acres, honey. He had money at one time, okay? Now, let's start off with Nova. She in this relationship with this guy by the name of Calvin. Calvin is of the Caucasian persuasion, and he's also a police officer. On top of that being a part of his who he is, he also married with kids, okay? Nova and him have apparently had this ongoing relationship for years, and it is what it is, okay? Like I said, she's a glorified side girl, okay? Well, as we see her, like I told you, she's an activist and an herbal chemist. We see her in this first episode meeting up with these guys, and she's asking them about going to the march and stuff. I like that they incorporating current events with this show, and I like that. Keep it up. You snatched my wig. You snatched my wig, girl, and you made me cry too. But anyway, and the guy is telling her, like, yeah, we're going to be down there, but we kind of feel like sometimes this stuff just be ineffective. She said, well, if you don't show up, you won't get any more of that good, and I'm the one that got it. So, of course, he's saying that him and his crew going to be there. Now, from this first episode, I get Nova is the person that tries to fix everybody, okay? I think that she is probably the eldest of the 3 children, and she tries to make sure everybody's straight except for herself. I see a lot of myself in Nova at times. I can relate. Now let's talk about her white chocolate lover. As I said, he married with a family, and he's a cop as well. And she know all of this. It ain't like he, fooling her or nothing like that. Okay. Now, there's this scene during this show that we see her standing outside the man's home watching him interact with his wife and family, which gave me the idea that they both know what their situation is, but she loves him and she would like to make their relationship more, but due to his circumstances, that's just not going to be the case, okay? Okay. Like I said, I think she loved him, and he probably got feelings for her too, but, she been in this relationship for years, and her guard up, sort of, because later, she White Chocolate come to her and ask her what's going on with her daddy. She told him they not really together, so she didn't feel like she really needed to have to answer that question to him. You need to respect my space. Well, it look like he do respect your space as much as he can, but it is what it is. Okay, then we meet Ralph Angel. Now, Ralph Angel is the son again, and he recently, 6 months ago, got out of jail and has this adorable little son named Blue that he's caretaking. Now, I got a little confused in the first scene with old Ralph Angel, because we see him leave his son at a park where they playing ball and stuff, and he go into this little store, right? Well, he go in this store and gets what he want, and when he gets up to the cashier, he tells her, give me the money. Girl, like, she thinking he joking until he lifts his shirt up and we see a gun. So she gives it to him, and he walks out the store like it ain't nothing. Oh, girl, like, I can see you, but he ain't seem like he cared much. Charley leave out that store and go right back to the park where he left his son there watching them guys play ball like nothing happened. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't hear no police sirens, I don't hear nothing. What in the world is going on? That confused me, y'all, okay? But they stay at the park for a little while, then they get up to leave. And I noticed that the little boy got this baby doll with him. I ain't get that, okay? Now, let's go over to Blue's school, okay? He at the schoolhouse and he kind of upset, okay? His teacher, her name is Velez, she asked him what's wrong. He said the kids were teasing me because my birthday party is Saturday and I won't have a trampoline. Kids can be hurtful. This much we do know. But she sort of soothed him and told him it was going to be okay. And I said, see, now we need more teachers like Miss Velez, because those kids actually loved her. Because when she announced to the class that she was going to be at that birthday party, baby, everybody cheered up. I got to get something to drink. My mouth is like cotton dry. Hold on. Okay. Like I said, she told the class she gonna be at Blue's party. They was all good. So apparently she one of them rare teachers that we have nowadays. Now my camera to move. Jesus be a shield, Lord. Okay. Be an infinite shield. Anyway, the next scene we see, Blue is with his grandpa Ernest, okay? That's Papa Borderline. And you can tell that there's some real love there. I like seeing that interaction, child. We also see the strain in the relationship between Daddy Borderline and Ralph Angel, okay? I assume it's because he's somewhat disappointed in the way that Ralph Angel chose to lead his life, because all parents, at least good ones, wants to see their children do the right thing, and apparently by his past he hasn't been doing what he's supposed to do or what his father wanted for him. Ralph makes his money the wrong way, and I think that's got a lot to do with how he feels about it. But we also see a scene where Ralph take him over to Aunt Violet's house to drop him off over there, and he tried to give her some of that dirty money he had just stole from that store, but she turned it down and told him, give it to your daddy. He probably used it more, but Daddy don't want that money. He don't want that money. Now, Daddy Borderline, we see a scene with him out in the field with a friend of his. I think Remy. I'm not certain. But anyway, he's doing measurements, and I'm assuming it's for crops. I'm thinking it's close to harvest time. I don't know for certain. Like I said, this is episode 1, child. Y'all got to work with me. Okay, then we see Blue telling his dad, Ralph Angel, about what happened at the schoolhouse and how Miss Velez is coming to the party. Now, Ralph kind of snapped at old Blue a little bit, telling him, now, I don't have much money and we got to keep it small. He was like, yeah. Then the child asked about his mama. He wanted her to attend, but the daddy didn't seem too enthused with that idea. He snapped at the child. And Daddy Borderline was looking at him like, that ain't the way that you really supposed to handle that, but he ain't say nothing. So poor Blue just wind up letting all of that go and tell him, look, I just want some red and purple balloons, okay? That's all you can do for me. Just get me some. So the party happens and the kids there, and they, kids are brutally honest. They're telling him that, hey, it's kind of boring around these pieces. But when Miss Velez show up, she bring little stuff with her, and the kids are super excited to see this woman, okay? Ralph Angel had no idea who she was. Blue had to tell him, that's my teacher. He was like, oh, okay. Well, we see Daddy Borderline over there doing this magic trick with this little girl. It's getting other kids' attention, but he basically trying to entertain this little girl. Party going good and everything. It come time to sing happy birthday, so that little girl go out there to get Daddy Borderline, but he ain't moving. This is where my heart began to drop in. Y'all, I thought he died at that boy party. For real. But nah, he had a stroke. And that little boy Blue, I don't know how long he been acting, because he young. But baby, when I tell you he played that role, baby. He lost it. Because you could tell he got a real tight bond with his grandfather. And to see him laying there not moving scared him. Child, they head on over in the car to the hospital. And again, Blue was still distraught. I broke down on this scene, y'all, because, I'm a grandmama, baby. I can only imagine what the grandson was feeling. Anyway, at the hospital, it's confirmed that he did have a stroke, and it looked like it affected his right side. He asking about Blue, though, because he's coming out of it a little bit, and the daddy is there. Blue does go in to see his grandfather for a few minutes, but while he in there, Ralph decided to call Blue's mother. First time he called her, he ain't say nothing. Second time he called her, he say something. They talking. She asked, where you at? She was saying something to him, and all I know is he hung up the phone. That's all I know. Now let's go back to the hospital, because Daddy Borderline and Ralph ain't exactly seeing eye to eye with one another, because Daddy want him to change his life, and that's why he refused his money. But Ralph is, he earning it the wrong way. Okay, he tried to lie and tell the daddy got that money from a crap game, but I'm like, that's not going to help the situation either. And Daddy, like, you just got out of jail 6 months ago. I can't see why you would even want to be in something like that. So Ralph get frustrated and he leave the hospital, child. He don't want to hear that shit. And as he leaving out that hospital, we meet Darla, baby mama. We learned that Darla she is a heroin addict in recovery. She said she done got her life back on track. She been clean. She went through this program that helped her be able to get a government job making $15 and some change an hour with benefits, and she wants to have her son back in her life. She wants to see him, even if it's supervised by Ralph. But Ralph not here for it. He said she doing this because he in a vulnerable place. I said, that's foolishness. I understand that you down, but this lady apparently is trying to get herself together, and she has done remarkably well. So, I understand having your guards up, but give her a chance, okay? Now, let's meet Charley. She married to Davis West. He an NBA player for the LA Gardens, and he's also team captain. They live this lavish lifestyle, honey, okay, from what's shown. Now, based on the conversation she was having with her good girlfriends, two of them, her good Judas, these people live kind of a good life, as far as like reputation wise. They got a good reputation. They deemed like the perfect couple, right? Her good Judas is sitting up in there trying to convince her to go on this reality show, and she don't need that. And they telling her she might not need it, but they do. So basically, she got her Judas in her face telling her that I need you to go on this show, because if you go on this show, they're going to automatically have us on there as your friends. And we need to get, we trying to boost our celebrity or whatever, Child, I was like, them the two right there, you probably need to eliminate out your life, because, girl, they trying to come up on your back, and that ain't cool. Don't no real friend do that shit, okay? Well, they sitting there running it, and all their phones go off simultaneously at the same time, child. And it's a news report stating that the starting lineup of the LA Guardians have been caught up in this sex scandal. Apparently, when they was on the road down in Houston, they allegedly gang raped this 25-year-old woman. And they listed the names, but Davis' name wasn't on it. So that brought comfort to Charley. Davis later on is saying that he going to stand by his team, that he don't feel like building another team. He ain't got but a couple of more years left to play. And He ponders if he should possibly go elsewhere, like down south. He said, girl, the goal is 5 championship rings. That's all we trying to do. And then, you know, we're going to be all good. We also see them being interviewed on this special about the model person that him and his wife have been. They asked Charley, how can you stand by him when he's standing by his teammates when they're alleged to have done, you know, a rape or whatnot? Well, Charley must have had took a class at the Matthew Knowles School of dealing with the press, you know, because she gave them the correct answer that they needed. She was very professional about it and things like that. So I was like, it would be kind of hard for me to stand by a man that I know, you know, standing by some people that could have possibly done that. Now, we had a scene where the granddad was at work. Him and another co-worker. Okay? Follow me, y'all. They basically just talking, spreading gossip, really is what they doing. They talking about rape, and they low-key victim blaming, saying that the young girl couldn't have been raped because who get raped and go back for seconds? Okay? Bunch of bullshit. Now, next is a game. They at this game. Charley there, and of course, they have a son named Michael. He there too. And the next thing you know, we start hearing ping, ping, ping. Baby, phone's going off again and get notifications. And I said, child, it seemed like when these phones go off on this show, things is going wrong, okay? Well, by everybody's facial expression, what they was reading wasn't good. They began to heckle and boo them and call them rapists. And I'm like, what in the hell was it on them phones, honey? Well, Michael decided he gonna show his mama Charley. And when Charley saw that, it was Mr. Davis, honey. Mr. I'm not involved, child. We see on the clip, he picks up this girl who's clearly inebriated, pop her on her ass, and take her in a room where the other men, you can see the other players in, and they heckling like they finna have themselves a wang dang do love a time, baby. And Charley loses it, okay? She over it, baby. She went on in there. She went down in the middle of their game. She said, motherfucker, what did you do? What did you do? She was going off on him. Okay? Ain't that a bitch? He was involved. Well, the next day, hurt, embarrassed, and just, you know, don't know what to do. She laying there in the bed because news has now spread everywhere about what's going on with them. And we see Auntie Violet FaceTime Michael telling him to tell his mom she need to get down there ASAP because Daddy Borderline is gravely ill, okay? Ralph Angel take Blue to see the granddad, and this is the moment where he dies. You see him putting his hands inside of Blue's little hand inside of his, and him and his son, they made this eye contact, like as if to say, you know I've been hard on you, but I love you, and that's why I've been hard on you. I don't not love you. The reason why I give you such a hard time is just that I want to see you do better, and I know that you can do better, child. It was like they was making peace. He was making peace with him, and then he died, child. Whew. He died. Charley finally arrives at the hospital and the family there. And she could tell by how they looked that she was too late. And she just broke down. I was like, come on, Oprah, I'm just not coming off of this. Tyler Perry and Catherine shooting up the place, and you gonna give me this. Baby, Charley, last scene was her sitting out there saying, Daddy, I didn't make it, but I'm gonna fix it. And that's where it cut off at, y'all. Y'all, I promise you, this is the shit, okay? I thought I was into that green leaf. No, I'm into this here. Oh, my God, this was a lot. And I try to condense it down as much as I can because I had to watch this. By now, this is Thursday night. I watched it about 8 times, okay? But this is what I got out of it. This was my initial reaction, and that's the initial review I wanted to give you. I ain't want to watch it 17 times, then come back and tell you, because I want you to feel the rawness of what I'm saying. And by now, most of you have seen it. Whew, child, this is going to be a roller coaster ride, but it's one I'm willing to get on, okay? That's it. That's all for episode 1. I'll be back with episode 2. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys back for the next video. Peace.